Hey everybody, I'm back and I have a haircut, so still me, but no long hair for now. I figured I'd take you out to the garden. I've been kind of neglecting it because of, what had happened. But I wanted to take a look at it with you guys and show you how I may have been wrong as far as some of these plants. Um, and I try not to bring up my paganism hugely, but again, this is the pagan garden, so you might as well. I think the goddess heard my cries and kind of kicked things back up into growing. So let's take a quick peek, shall we? All right, things aren't entirely dead. This is Project Pepper. It seems to be growing new leaves. It lost a lot of the peppers that were already on it. But overall, not too shabby. I still have some big ones on there, which is awesome. And the plants are leafing up again. I have some lettuce that actually survived, some spinach in there, and a sunflower. One of the two stems lived. My corn has gotten pretty tall. I mean, this one right here has got to be 6 foot, which is awesome. I also have still my tobacco. My tobacco plant is still alive. It's producing flowers. They smell awesome. And the plant is coming back into its own, so that's cool. I still have my marigold patch, which hasn't produced any marigolds, but oh well. And look at this. I have an ear of corn. Yay! I've got one ear of corn with silk and the whole deal. It'll be the first ear of corn I ever grown. I'll probably save it for seed. Because I think this type of corn is pretty awesome. But look at this. This, I believe, is the red Marconi. Let's find out. Yeah, red Marconi. And that is one heck of a pepper. This thing's got a little bit of hail damage on the top. These little brown spots. I don't know if you can see that in the shadow. There we go. That brown spot, those brown spots are from hail. But the pepper itself is in really good shape. It seems pretty healthy. One thing I have been doing is going through and pulling out the damage. And it's probably helped these peppers quite a bit. My potatoes didn't make it here, but my main potatoes did make it. I had to take a huge part of the stem off, but they've just started regrowing again, so that's cool. My nasturtiums that I've planted in amongst everything, some of them seem to be okay. They seem to have survived, which is nice. My Trinidad Moruga scorpion is still alive. It hasn't produced a single pepper yet, but it's still alive. That there is a... What is that? I think that's the Baran or the ancho. Let's see. That's the Baran pepper. It's an awfully odd shape for a Baran pepper, though. They're supposed to be belled, not horned. So, I don't know, but I'm going to let that come to ripen if it survives. The one thing I've noticed is the peppers with the damage on it, sometimes they will live and sometimes they won't. They will fall off. I came out yesterday and there was a Baran pepper sitting in this spot where the potatoes were. And so I had to check it because it wasn't ripe. It wasn't even close to full size. I haven't been able to eat a single pepper out of this yet, but when I am able to, I will take you along for the ride with me. And also, by the way, Whenever I see a spot that's really badly damaged and it's hindering the plant's growth, I snap it off. I take it over here and I put it in the compost, because this compost is actually doing pretty awesome. Now for something that's really cool. See this giant plant behind my shadow? Once I get out of the way. This is a potato, and it flowered. And I'm hoping that it will fruit. And you're like, but why would you want it to fruit, Frank? Well, you see, everyone always saves a seed potato from their potatoes. A seed potato is a genetic copy of the potato plant that came before, which is fine. I personally think that, yes, for the first year or two I will be saving seed potatoes, but I will also be saving potato seeds. Potato seeds have a genetic record of what's happened to the plant. So, in this situation, this plant's doing beautifully. And if it produces seeds, the next one will do even better. Now, from what I understand, it does take 2 years for a potato plant that's grown from seed to produce sizable potatoes. But what you do is you grow the potato plant the first year, you get your seed potatoes, you use those seed potatoes to grow next year to produce food while you start your second batch of potatoes. Now that's what I'm going to try. I'm going to see if it works out. But it has to produce fruit first. And the fruit on a potato plant, I believe, is called a potato apple. Let's see if we can see one, or if it hasn't gotten any yet. No, the flower stems right here. Flower stems don't have any fruit on them. Oh well. But I will be trying to, more for the compost. I will be trying to do that, because I'd like to have saved seed from these so that they produce better potatoes in the coming years. Alright. Here's a victory. Peas. Lots of peas. I planted these Alaskan snow peas before the hailstorm, and they came up. And they were just barely coming up when the hail hit. And I thought I lost them, but in fact I didn't. It looks like they came up and they're still doing beautifully. Very minor damage to the plant overall. Very happy about that. This is the beet. This is the beetroot that I planted. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plants growing and actually doing really well. I'll be very happy to see the beetroot turn into nice big beets. I love beets. Beet greens, the whole deal. So those look like they're still surviving. They're producing beautifully colored leaves. Hopefully the beets themselves are nice and dark red, because it's the Detroit beet. So very excited. And then the last survivor, my scarlet runner beans. My scarlet runner beans took one heck of a beating, but as you can see, they're vining again. They look like they might flower again, hopefully produce me a few pods so that I have seed. At this point, because of the hailstorm, what I'm trying to do is get seed so that I can plant plants next year. I'm going to come through here in the next day or two. I'm going to plant a whole mess of broccoli, because I like broccoli and it should be easy to do. And then hopefully I'll have a good harvest of broccoli this year. I'm hoping that Project Pepper produces something so that this year isn't wasted. Because if I can't get anything off of these, then I can't get the second generation of seed. I did get one plant that produced me a pepper big enough to save seed from. So I do have one plant's second generation seed, and that would be this one. the Italian horn pepper, or the Corno di Toro Rosso, bull's horn pepper. I got one pepper off of here that was big enough to produce seed, was healthy enough. It didn't ripen all the way. It was very green, and I haven't eaten it yet. I did save it in case I was able to use it in a stir fry or something. So I'll let you know how that tastes. But I have it, so that's at least good. And we do have some peppers coming on, but all of them seem to have these little brown spots, which I'm assuming is from the hail. I'm hoping new peppers will start shooting off here soon, because plants are really well established and they should recover fine. Alright. That is Balthazar's Pagan Garden. This is probably the 6th mini-sode, but it's long enough that I'm probably going to just call it an episode. Thank you very much for sticking with me. Thank you very much for your very kind comments last time. That was very helpful. You have no idea how much it actually stopped me from ripping up the whole garden and just calling it done. I kind of was very upset last time, and you guys helped me out a lot, so I appreciate that. And hey, who knows? Maybe it's not entire loss this time through. Maybe I didn't lose all my Project Pepper work, or maybe I didn't lose my whole sunflower and corn thing. And maybe I'll have seed that will carry me on into next year. We'll see, and we'll see. But thank you again for watching. Thank you very much for your kind comments. More comments are always appreciated. I love hearing from you guys. And as always, happy growing.